So ever since the other day when I put that video up of the monster trucks out here in the driveway, I had the old F100 out there with a stack exhaust and the green and white 66 C10. People have been asking, where can I get these things? Who makes them? Well, unfortunately, the trucks that I have are kind of a collector's item. They don't make them anymore. These trucks came out brand new in 2003. Unfortunately, these trucks have been discontinued for a number of years. When they came out in 2003, Remote Control Car Action magazine did a full feature on the then new Team Associated Monster GT. These trucks were 8th scale, powered by big block engines, roto start. They were incredible. 30-mile-an-hour top speed or more, and they were badass trucks, for sure. Now the T-Max came out in '99, which was the Traxxas model, and this is a Traxxas small block sitting next to a Team Associated 28 big block. Now, you can run these things on 20% or 30% nitro. There's quite a few different brands of fuel that you can buy from. And you start these things with a NiCad battery and what they call a glow igniter. You strap a little glow igniter onto the glow plug, and that lights the glow plug in the top of the cylinder. And then you turn the engine over by either pulling on the pull start, or as you can see here, these engines come with a drill start option. I've got the head off here. You can see the piston going up and down as I turn it over. These engines are very simple carbureted engines. You have your idle speed, this is your low speed, and your high speed air-fuel mixture settings. As you can see on the other side, you have your fuel inlet and your throttle arm. So we've talked a little bit about the engine of the truck. Now let's talk a bit about the radio system. You have a radio and a receiver. Radio's in your hand. The receiver runs off of a NiCad battery pack located in the radio tray in the front of the truck. Here you see the on-off switch for the radio. You turn the switch on, that powers up the receiver, then you power up your radio, and the two connect to each other, which we call binding. Once the two receive each other's signal, you can operate the radio system. Here you can see the throttle arm moving back and forth with the throttle trigger on the radio. When you push the trigger away, it operates the brake, which you can see here. And then we have another button down here on the side of the radio that operates the third channel, which is reverse. As you can see here, the reverse servo, that's reverse, that's forward. Reverse, forward. Now these trucks don't actually have a fuel pump. So what they use is a pressure line off of the exhaust muffler that uses exhaust back pressure to pressurize the fuel tank and forces fuel out the outlet of the tank to the inlet of the carburetor. The more back pressure, the more fuel pressure you have. Here you can see the throttle opening and closing. This is a slide carburetor. You can see why they call it that. It has a little return spring up there to pull it shut. And then down underneath the truck, you can see the steering servo in action as well as the drag link and tie rods turning the steering left and right. Now that we've gone over the truck real quick, let's say we take this thing out and run it through the snow a little bit. So it's important to note that these trucks didn't come with headlights and taillights and these very realistic looking bodies. The body on this truck and many of my other ones were actually intended to be used on 10 scale rock crawlers. Now, as you can see here, the 79 Blazer actually came on this TRX4 Traxxas rock crawler chassis. Now, we bought this thing and we took it rock crawling one time. Billy beat it up, tore the body up a little bit, so I put it on the Monster GT. But these rock crawler bodies are so much more scale and so much more realistic. Plus, you can buy the headlight kits and taillight kits to stick in them, which make them really nice. Back when these trucks came out, really didn't have headlight and taillight kits, and the bodies were a little bit more generic. Even though these look a little bit like a Silverado, they're just quite not what a scale body should be, in my opinion. So unlike the original bodies, the late model scale crawler bodies are much more realistic, much more detailed, and much more enjoyable, in my opinion. Back when these trucks came out in 2003, these were the three main bodies that you could get. But nowadays, since they're not even available, T-Maxes are probably the closest thing you can get to a Monster GT. These trucks came out in 1999, and they're still available today. And as you can see, the Monster GT and the T-Max share a lot of different characteristics. Now, if you're still interested in finding a Monster GT, the easiest place to find them is on eBay. If you search Monster GT on eBay or Associated Monster GT or Team Associated MGT, you'll find all different listings and different parts and things of that nature. But if you want something that you can buy today, brand new, out of the box, and enjoy and be able to buy parts for, you probably want to look into a T-Max. Traxxas still makes the T-Max, and they're available today in certain hobby shops, and parts are readily available. If you go on Traxxas.com, you'll be able to look at all the new models that they have out, both gas and electric. Most of the trucks that they sell today are electric. However, the Nitro models are still available if you dig and look hard enough. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Keep in mind that these are a lot of fun in the wintertime when you can't do much of anything else, and it's a great way to spend time with your kids, teaching the kids how to work on things, the mechanics of steering, engines, motors, speed controls, servos, radios, and receivers. It's important to shop local. If you're here in Central Ohio, check out Smokestack Hobby Shop down in Lancaster or Cyclone Hobbies in Columbus. That's our two main hobby shops that we deal with, and they take very good care of us.